Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. Look at this! There's too many of these this week. We're going to go in no particular order. Starting off with Marvel, Strange Academy number 16. One of their better ideas for a book. It's written by Scotty Young. Humberto Ramos is the artist. And the Academy has been teaching the kids magic. The only problem with that is when you do magic, it pays a price. So currently Master Hoggoth, the big kitty spirit, has been taking the rap for it. And so they have to only do it classroom only magic. You cannot do any other magic. So they're getting ready for prom or spring dance. I guess it's not really prom. They're not really old enough for prom. So kids asking each other for, dates and things like that. And then the one little kid who was seeing the guy who gave him fake magic, he, Dr. Voodoo, I think it's still Dr. Voodoo, yeah, just kicked him out of school. He's like, get out. And then the little Dormammu Jr., he's supposed to have a date with a girl, and she's trying to talk to Calvin about it. So Doyle's all upset because she didn't come meet him for the dance. Teenage Angst. This is a really good book. So that's a goodie. What's next? Oh, Task Force Z. We are on number 5. This is such a good book. And let me find our... Here we are. Matthew Rosenberg is our writer. The artists are Edie Barrows and Aber Ferreira with Matt Santorelli and Jack Herbert. Sounds to me like they needed to get the book out and use lots of artists. So it's 2 different bad guys setups. One's all zombies because that's the one the Red Hood takes care of. Two-Face thinks that they're going to get shut down by Waller. And Suicide Squad's going to be on the way. The book is really just a lot of huge fight scenes. This particular issue is a lot of fight scenes. KG Beast is back. I remember when he was first around. That was kind of cool. There was a supervillain named Madame Crow. I don't know what she does, but she's got a cool look to her. There's the weird flower-headed guy, Bloom, trying to work behind the scenes. It's interesting. This is the best way to put it. And you end up with, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, and a weird zombie Bane at the end. So you can't go wrong with that. New issue number 1, Aquamen. Since both of them, Black Manta's son and Arthur Curry. Yes, that means I don't know Black Manta's son's name. So they're both in the book together. And I'm looking. Let me just go to the back of the book. Sometimes they do that to me. Yes. Ha-ha! Script, Chuck Brown and Brianna Thomas. Art, Sami Basri. And it's really good art. I mean, they're fighting Ocean Master. The Black Manta little fella. He has anger issues. And people, for no apparent reason on the surface world, are... their eyes are turning red and they're speaking Atlantean and they're trying to kill humans. So we don't know what's going on with that. It's a setup book. You got to do the whole thing. So this is the first one. Yes, I will buy this some more. It's got an equal part of everybody on the cover. So that's good. Except for the little kid. He wasn't in this one. Aquaman Jr. Flipping around to IDW, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, number 48, if you can believe it. And story is Evan Stanley. Art is Aaron Hammerstrom. Inks are Matt Froese. I'm not sure why they had art and then inks. That's weird. No Sonic in this one. It's Chaotix with Vector the Crocodile, SBO the Chameleon, and Charmy Bee. And Don the Rooster and Night the Owl. That's probably a pretty lame name. But they're going to investigate... there's something in the sewers, so they have to find out what it is. And what is their names? This pair of guys, bad guys, Rough and Tumble. Rough and Tumble are in it again, and a guy I'd never seen before who had Clutch the Possum. So, villains versus Chaotix. No Sonic. Sonic should be back next issue if we go by the next month thing. There is Sonic. We're up to number 9 for ShangChi. If you think I'm saying it wrong, that's the way I said it for decades before they made a freaking movie. So, this is a new story arc. Jin Lun Yang is the writer. Marcus To is the artist. And he is going after his grandfather, who is there to put him in the ground. His grandfather is not happy with him. And some cool monsters where they can use the blood of the enemies to summon these doggos. And then if the doggos get blood on them from you, they turn into 2 doggies instead of 1 doggy. They're not really dogs. And then this one punk kid that you think is a punk is actually in the bloodline. It's the great-great-great-grandfather was his, his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. So, yeah, new jumping on point. If you haven't been reading it, it's a great book. And number 4 of the chaotic as all get out refrigerator full of heads. The biker gang has shown up. They have been assaulted by the biker gang, and they have no qualms about cutting off. This is the first time they cut off just a face. Where they cut off just a face. And then she wants answers, and you can either give her answers, or she is going to throw you to the large mounted shark's head that is still alive because they cut its head off with the magical axe. So they're trying to find out what's going on. The bad girl in the whole thing kept another head in a bread box. So when he's obnoxious, she just closes the bread box. Plus, I guess she thinks it's gross to look at him. And there's a nice little flash from the first series to finish us off. Written by Rio Yours, drawn by Tom Fowler. We've got 2 more issues. 4 or 6. It's still good. Ooh, I want to save that one. We're going to save that one. And we're finishing up this 4-part series, Getting Dizzy. Have I ever talked about Getting Dizzy before? I don't know. We got it for the granddaughters. It's written by Shea Fontana, illustrated by Celia Moscote, or Moscote. And our girl Dizzy was attacked by a Negatrix. She has to figure out a way to save the town, basically, from the Negatrix. And she figures out that it's not what she can do, it's what her and her friends can do. This is a very good all ages book. The artwork is nice. It's got a good story. They wrap it up, or we'll get another one. So, good stuff. And now they'll probably put out a trade paperback for you. So, there you go. All right, here we got an odd one. We got a couple of odd ones, but this is the odder one. Devil's Reign, Villain for Hire, number 2. You have these little arcs going in the Devil's Reign crossover series. Writer is Clay McLeod Chapman. Penciler is Manuel Garcia. And inker is Lorenzo Ruggiero. And it's U.S. agent trying to get into the Thunderbolts. He's not working as a bad guy. The art in this is so freaking underground looking. All of the artwork is just odd for a Marvel book. You don't get to see artwork like this. I didn't say it was bad artwork. It's just you don't get to see that kind of sketchy, weird shading underground. It reminded me of an underground comic, to be honest, with superheroes in it, which you normally don't get. So we'll find out what happens to U.S. Agent next issue. I do believe it's only 3 issues, so we'll see how that goes. In the Devil's Reign continues. Woo! Girl Scouts, Stone Ghost, Jim Mahfood does everything in it. He even says that. So they're going to get her boyfriend's ashes, Dio's ashes, and they have to go through a dream state to find out the information necessary. It's just, it's insane. Look, it's out of its mind insane. And it's not over. I'm so glad. I don't think it's a miniseries. If he wants to keep this up forever, I would buy this forever. So, Girl Scouts, Stone Ghost. That's a good one. Number 7 of Barbarella. Barbarella is on her way to a planet where they think that she is not a civilized person, so they put her in a zoo. Writer is Sarah Hoyt. Artist is Matabek Musabekov. So they crash on the planet where they think they are animals. They put them in a cage. The people don't seem to like her very much. They got weird stripedy faces. She gets out of the cage in roughly 2 seconds. She takes a stiletto from her high heels and there's stuff there. She goes out into the countryside to hide. And her and Vix, her little doggy friend, find a dinosaur to ride around on. So this is a crazy book. And she's still being hunted by the anti-Barbarella. So we'll find out how that goes next, where they have to worry about... They call the anti-Barbarella the Lady. So, another good book. Barbarella, number 7. All right, here we go. Number 1. Second number 1 for this week. Ghost Rider. And it's a big book. You can't tell from there. It's $5.99. It's a bigger page count. And it's Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze, and he's got his girl Roxanne. They got a couple of kids, and he shows he's got this big scar right here. And the only thing to keep the nightmares away is lots and lots of whiskey. He sees a therapist, but on the edge of things, he sees things that aren't right. They're monstrous, supernatural, demonic, and they all tell him it is a figment of your imagination. And the worst part of this is the end of the book has just got this twist, and you see it coming. But you're just, oh. So he's not going to get to have a good time. He's going to go right back to being, this fella here in the leather jacket with his motorcycle. And it's an ongoing series. We have our people responsible. Oh my goodness, is it? Let's check the end. All the way back cover. That's how many pages they used, where there was no room for the people who made it. Benjamin Percy is the writer. Corey Smith is the artist. And it's good. It's a good Ghost Rider. You get that right there. That's what everybody wants in a Ghost Rider comic book. Him on the motorcycle, made out of fire. So I hope it goes well. They're doing it more of a horror comic. It's not a superhero. I don't think Johnny Blaze is going to be much of a superhero. I think it's going to be monstrous, because this was monstrous. It was monstrous. It was mildly depressing. It was a little sad. So we'll see how it goes after that, and I'll keep you posted, of course. So that's it. The giant stack of comic books is over. Sophie and Theo, I saw you Saturday. You came over for hamburgers and french fries. We had a good time. I had the older kids, Sean and Gaia, over today. So I don't know if they watch this, but whatever. So in the meantime, go watch a comic book. I'll see you all next week. Go watch a comic book. Yeah, go watch it. If it does anything weird, take it back. Get a different comic book and then read that one. It's late. So I'll see you next week.